Guys, welcome to part 2. We have taken a quick 5-minute break, and we have decided what we want to talk about on this last part. And me being a person who doesn't know, I would say, a lot about drugs and stuff like that. I know Corbin has a lot of knowledge on the subject, so
I wouldn't say a bunch,
not a bunch, but I wanted to ask him a few things that just questions that most people that don't know much about drugs would have, and just have a little fun on this part of the podcast. So a topic that I saw a lot was called microdosing, and basically that is whenever you take 1/10.
Yeah, you take a
of
little
an acid tab, and you basically do that. So you
every
just
couple
talk about
days.
what microdosing would be, like
All
what
right.
a protocol would be for microdosing.
To my knowledge, I don't really know the correct right amount that you're supposed to be taking because I'm not just some scientist, chemist. But you take like 1/10 of a tab every 3 days, which is like 0.25. I don't know. I don't know what it is, the number wise, but it just helps you be more creative, more in touch with whatever you're doing. You have more energy. You're just positive, more positivity. And you just want to actually learn whatever you're about to learn about, whatever you're doing, your job, school. You're like more focused to it, and you want to learn everything about what it has to learn and what it can give you. And I mean, like we said, a couple great people that are wealthy and that are successful. I would say, like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. They did it. So I mean,
so like something that I think like a lot of people are gonna be watching this or thinking like that come from families that don't do drugs, or families who are watching this that don't condone drug usage. I think they think that we're promoting it. Or not promoting it, but by talking about it in this podcast, they're going to think that we're promoting it. And something that I just want to say is we're not promoting drugs.
No.
We're not saying that just because Steve Jobs did drugs that you need to do drugs. And just because Bill Gates did drugs, and just because Usain Bolt did drugs. Like all these people that are really, really successful did drugs, but it's not needed.
No, it's definitely not needed.
And it's not something, that we just...
Be very cautious for it, too. And then not just any drug. We're not going to do nothing that's bad for you.
Yeah, like research on the drug before you do it. Because most people in their lifetime, no matter how, great, like, they can consider themselves, they're going to do a drug at some point. Whether, And alcohol is a drug that you can be addicted to.
Yeah.
And most people think, like, alcohol is okay, then smoking's not.
Very contradicting, and it's worse for you. So I just don't understand where people's logic comes in. But people feel like it's okay because the law says it's okay.
Yeah, that's
so they're like, okay, well, if the law says okay, well, the law may not be for us. They're not even for the people, I think, anyway.
So like, I think just because people have been told by the law, hey, this is illegal, so this shouldn't be done at all.
Right.
Yeah, so that's just something.
They allow us to smoke cigarettes and drink. Right.
Yeah.
So.
That's something I never understood about a cigarette. Like, why?
I don't see the point in it. Like, I don't see the point in it.
So many people are like, okay, he smokes cigarettes. That's okay. He smokes weed. This is awful. This dude's the devil or something.
Because they get put in a different mind. You kind of, your body and everything feels different, but it's not bad. It's not harming you in any way. And what I've heard is people used to take it to get to their higher self, to get to a higher realm.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Steve Jobs, he did LSD, is that acid?
Yeah.
LSD is acid. He would do acid by himself. He only did it for like 3 years, I think. But he would do it he did like 10 to 15 times over the course of those 3 years. But he would do it and he would sit by himself. And he would just that's how he would
definitely
get his thoughts.
Have a bunch of thoughts. And you get to the core of whatever your mind's really thinking. And
is there a book called The Higher Self or something like that?
I don't know, but I'd definitely like to read it if it is.
What is the higher self? What would be the definition?
I would say really just living beyond your flesh.
Okay.
Because this flesh is nothing. Like we are way beyond that, and it's all about just being spiritual, like in your spiritual walk with God or whatever. But definitely treating people differently, and you're more conscious of your thoughts.
Yeah.
And
So something with Kanye West, I heard somewhere right there he was talking about forgot what you said. Something about the higher self, but he was talking about that. He was talking about like his money didn't make him. So whenever he went $52 million in debt, he's like, I'm still I'm still like this person, and my financial situation does not define me. It does not make me who I am. And that was something that I really like connected with. Like, it's not like about your financial situation. It's not about how like your body looks. Like, as long as you're taking care of your body, I mean, like, it's not all about that. It's like you're still yourself. Like, all you have is your personality, like who you are and how you care about others, and just like how you go about your daily life. And I think that's what makes people who they are, and that's how you like, you know who your true self is, your higher self is. It's how you care about others and what you do for the service of others.
Right. So, you can definitely feel the vibrations as you're going through the process. And
what do you know about like the vibrations and stuff? So like, what is like, is positive energy higher vibrations, kind of like a higher frequency? Is that what it'd be considered?
A higher frequency, yeah. And people with lower frequency, you won't be able to connect with them. So whenever somebody does give you negative energy, when you are living on a higher level,
like you wouldn't be like to decipher it, right? Like,
just, it would just be like, so okay, it would just bounce off of you, and you'd be like, okay, cool. Because you don't entertain that no more. There's nothing it's not going to help you grow. So you realize what's helping you grow and what's not helping you grow. So
you can only bounce off pretty much like the people on the same frequency as you in terms of like positivity, right?
I would say.
Yeah. So like negative people just come in, they come through. They don't,
right.
Okay.
Because they're not holding a message to whatever they're saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So like
I would say.
So you can consider this like the dogs that make like, you know how dogs can hear those really high whistles?
Right.
That would be like a higher frequency.
I would say it.
And then like us as humans are lower frequency, we can't hear that. So it's just like, I mean, not like lower frequency as in like we're negative.
Right.
Those dogs are living on this
they
can just hear they can hear those noises.
They're just really intelligent, and all animals really have like their own type of power. Mm-hmm. Like snakes can see the temperature off of like a book or whatever, and then dogs, they're really intelligent. And then you have like sharks that can deal with I don't know, it's crazy. You just have different animals that can do different things that we can't do.
Yeah.
So
animals are crazy.
But I feel like we have some type of
our superpower, you think? What do you think it is?
How we can definitely our power is we can create our reality. Mm-hmm. So like we can create whatever we really want as long as we believe in it, and as long as we have we're detached from the result of whatever it is that we're trying to accomplish.
So do you think like you can speak things into existence?
Yes, but you have to believe it.
That's what I was thinking about this other day. I was listening to more Kanye West stuff, but positive affirmations. Like, how's that go about? Like, what's a positive affirmation, or what are affirmations? Do you know? I was hearing about affirmations and him like affirming what he's gonna do. Is that like pretty much speaking into existence? Like, I'm gonna do this, and I believe it wholeheartedly, so it's gonna happen.
Right. And then you'll do also whatever you need physically to also get to that as well.
So it's just like if you were like praying about something, but you just pray for it, but you never act on it. Is that like how?
That's just you just wishing.
Yeah. So like whenever you're affirming something, that's whenever you say, "This is what I'm gonna do.
Like
and
for
this
instance,
is how I'm gonna get to it."
I am joy. I am peace.
Yeah.
You just you say it, and then you become it, and then as you become it, then the inner of it's gonna come from that. It's gonna go to the outer.
Yeah.
And then you're also gonna, whenever you are more positive and you treat people differently, and you have more positive thoughts and stuff like that, more outcomes and more situations will be positive, and you will actually encounter with more positive people.
Yeah.
Once you actually try to focus on and tell yourself, hey, I need more positive people in my life, because because a bunch of stuff is negative, especially social media.
Yeah. Like, social media is like.
Definitely shouldn't wake up or go to sleep looking at your social media.
That's what I was thinking about. Is like when I forgot who told me this, but like within an hour of waking up, you should never even look at your phone. Like you need to wake up. Because
we're constantly responding to stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're gonna have an emotion to that. Mm-hmm. It's just the way that we work.
There's so many people that are like, I would say like not depressed, but they get depressed from being on social media all day.
Because they just see the negativity, and it just fills them with negativity, because that's all they're seeing.
Yeah.
And they're just going off of.
It's almost like an addiction, because then whenever they don't get on social media, they're just unhappy with their life.
Right. Constantly. They're just bored with their mind.
Yeah. So like whenever I was living in Florida, and I was like by myself like most of the day, I was on my phone for most of the day. Right. So like I found myself kind of leaning more towards like I found myself easier to fall into that pit of depression.
Right.
Kind of sort of. So.
But we can also use it for great things.
Yeah, like you can do a lot of great things with social media, but you gotta learn how to like condense it.
So whenever you just see something negative from a person, you just unadd them.
And don't even like you don't have to unadd them. Maybe like I don't even know how you go about that. Maybe just like a lower frequency. Like I see it, I saw it, it's gone.
It's like that, but you just kind of realize like, what does that have to do with me?
Yeah.
At that point, it's kind of like that's their own problems, whatever they're having. But at the same time, since it's not even gonna help me grow as a person, I'm not really gonna entertain it because it's bringing me down than anything.
That's what I was about to say. Like you just like don't entertain like you don't entertain those low energy things. Like you just gotta let it go.
Let it be because that's their own problems, and that's what they're insecure about themselves. If they get mad at you.
Like, especially like you read the 4 agreements, right?
Yeah.
The 4 agreements, like don't take anything personal, that kind of stuff. Like,
right.
Anybody, if they're mad at you, maybe you did maybe do something wrong, but it's them kind of like it's something personal with them that they don't have right with themselves.
Right.
So the 4 agreements was a really good book.
Yeah, I know. I only read it one time, and that was the first book that I read. So like I really need to read it again so I can understand it more and get.
Do we remember the 4 agreements? So like,
not all. I know. This, like, don't take anything personally. Be impeccable with your words.
Oh shit! Those are the last 2, I think. So the first 2 are like 4 agreements. You keep thinking about for the 4 agreements is a book that that was the first book I ever read. I talked about it in a YouTube video a long time ago.
That was the first book we reread.
Yeah, like right whenever I read it.
Because remember, came over and
it was
we went to Books a Million and got together, and we was like,
we're gonna. Russ said, this is the book.
Shout out to Russ. Thank you for that.
Yeah, Russ said this is the book that he read, and we saw the 4 agreements. It was the smallest book. That's why we read it out of it.
But we was like, we was gonna read it in a week because we wanted to get out of the slump we was in. We was trying to find a way, and little didn't know that book changed my life.
Yeah, we don't remember the 4 agreements, but.
Was a good book.
We live with the 4 agreements. We promise.
Right.
But like, don't take anything personal. Be impeccable with your word was 2 big ones.
That's all you need to remember, anyways. It's good to help.
The first 2 don't matter. The 2 agreements is a new book, but that book was just like crazy. Like a lot of people don't understand. Like they're not like it's not that they're not smart. They're a little bit ignorant on like how people go about their issues and stuff. Like I found out back in my day, I would get mad at a lot of people for like things that I didn't have right with myself.
Right.
And things that I was insecure about. Like,
yeah.
You ever find yourself like kind of being like that nowadays in terms of like, do you think you ever like go to kind of the dark side again in terms of your
sometimes
negative side?
Yeah, sometimes man, sometimes I'll catch myself being insecure, but I just have to. But as long as I catch myself, then I can change it right then. Because then I'm like, why does it even matter if what anybody thinks or however they look at whatever that's going through their mind? Because I know the true me. You know what I mean? But at the same time, there is definitely times where I'm insecure. I'll say speaking would be a big one for me, you know?
Yeah, just like, so we both are, I think, insecure about our speaking on this podcast. We had a little trouble doing it, but...
Hey, but it's getting better.
It's getting way better now. We might be good at podcasting in a little while. But, yeah, guys, today, what Intune is about, like, basically, how do we come up with Intune? Like, in terms of, like, what were you saying about Intune? I
was just saying because just being in tune with your mind and your body and nature, then you're living in a line. So everything's going to work out. That's where you create whatever you want to create. And so just being divine, you know. You gotta be in tune with yourself, in tune with just all the areas of life that you can be in tune with. That's it. Just be in tune with the present moment.
That's the thing a lot of people I think get wrong. Like in tune, like you can be a little bit out of tune, but it's just like it's like a little knob. You can tweak it. Like you can get in tune. Like,
you can always
just see where you're kind of messing up, where you're insecure at, or maybe where you're failing at in life. Just tweak the knob a little bit.
Whenever you have a weakness, it's good to realize it, but don't beat yourself over it. You know, you have to realize like this is one of the problems. I'm just gonna work on it, and I'm just gonna practice whenever it comes to my mind that I'm doing.
But yeah. So, guys, this will be the end of the podcast. I think it will be around 40 minutes long. I don't know what part we're at right now. We're maybe like at 36 or something like that. But this is where it's going to end. Corbin, I want to thank you for coming out, brother.
Well, thank you again.
This was, I hope a lot of people who watch this, I hope your mind's been changed. Not really changed, but I hope that you see a different perspective of Corbin in a different light.
And for you.
Yeah, like, just like, and hopefully like one of the things that we said today, you know, hopefully nothing that we said turned somebody completely off. Like maybe like the bringing up of drugs, somebody might just be like, oh, I'm done with them.
Yeah.
Like, but I hope that didn't turn you off completely. I hope maybe some of the things that we brought up, some of the points hit home with somebody today to maybe help their life get a little bit better. But In Tune is basically just about making you in tune with your emotions. I hope I can bring somebody on here each week that helps me get better with myself and helps my viewers get better. So just want, Corbin, you're a man.
I appreciate that,
You're
man.
the best, brother.
Many blessings. Thank you.
Thank you. Gratitude is what we always show.
Always.
And that's all that matters. So, guys, I hope y'all have a
Just
good
show
day.
your love and spread it.
Spread love, walk in love.
Even when you think it's too much, because some of you be like, maybe that's too much out of hand, but
Can't be
nah.
too much love.
You do it, you'll feel better about yourself, helping others.
Smile at somebody. Listen to some music that makes you feel like you're just.
Yes, music is big.
For me, it's Kanye West. Kanye West kind of helps me.
I'm going to rock with the EDM, but Kanye West definitely brings great positivity.
Just listen to a good song.
Flatbush Zombies, thank you.
There you go. But yeah, just do something positive for others. Smile, move with love, and that's all you can do. Just do what you can. You can't control others.
That's right.
Peace out.
Thanks.
I'm so reborn. I'm moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Ain't no stress on me.